When he regained consciousness, his wife Daniela was at his bedside.
My wife woke me up and she told me what happened. I understood clearly what she said, and honestly, that the fact that I lost my legs was the last of my problems at the time.
She told you very straight though, didn't she?
Yeah. I mean, there's not much to go around, you know. That's it. That is what happened. I knew I could trust my wife. I knew that she wouldn't try to make it any sweeter than it was in reality. She told me, hey, Claudio, meaning Claudio Costa, he's been here and he's gone to the center where they treat all the patients for this sort of problems, for this amputation. And he's measured your legs, what's left of your limbs, and he thinks you're going to be walking again and doing a lot of things as you were doing before.
I got in touch with a center with a good reputation for prosthetic construction and rehabilitation, where people had suffered the same injuries and severity of accident. It's not far from the town where Alex Zanardi was born, Castelmaggiore.
Zanardi has made a remarkable recovery. Doctors told him it would take 18 months to walk again. He did it in 3. His determination has made him even more of a local hero.
I couldn't stay still. I had to walk, I had to do something. And the first day, the pain was incredible. And it took all the determination I could find to continue the exercise and continue to try to walk.
He was soon standing up, his first steps, seeing the people at the centre having lots of difficulties. But instead, with his desire, he was able to do lots of things. For him, it was like a challenge. It was a victory, like winning a race.
Wherever he goes, fans, teammates, patients, doctors and nurses stop him for his autograph. But Zanardi's situation is not unique. At a specialist prosthetic clinic here in Bologna, ironically Zanardi's hometown, I've come to meet the professionals he's worked with to put his life back together again.
Can I just ask you, you've worked with Alex. Could you say something about his approach and his attitude?
I've worked with Alex since I met him. I worked on a psychological level because it is important to know the reaction of the patient and the treatment, especially psychologically. And I learned that Alex is a very curious person, interested in every detail with the prosthetics.
So the extent to which he has regained movement and confidence, how unusual is that with that level of injury?
His level of amputation is very important. Firstly, because he had both legs amputated, and secondly, because his stumps were short. In spite of that, Alex wanted to walk again. With his strength and determination, and the help of the clinic, we achieved something special. But like Alex, everybody can achieve that.
Can I ask you both about how Alex reacted to this gym here and the setup here? Because it's very open, a lot of people all here doing their own thing. I wondered how Alex reacted to that.
Alex is in the media all the time. They could see him as one of them, and they were doing the same thing as him. No more, no less.
I remember the first time we came out here and I was walking in the grass like this, it was such a difficult exercise. I mean, I had one person each side ready to get me, and you don't know how many times I fell just taking ridiculous small steps as high as 5 centimeters, you know. And to go around a small step like that, it would be really, really difficult. To walk on a rough surface was almost impossible for me. So it was bloody hard, let me say.
Alessandro is optimistic like me.
Pensiamo sempre che le cose si mettano a posto, che si
We always
risolvono.
think that things will get sorted out and that life goes on.
Questo lo aspettiamo, cioè
That's the way we
pensiamo
think.
che sia così, insomma. Fa parte ha la mia
He's got
calma,
my calmness in
entrambe le
life.
cose,
Maybe he's even better than me.
forse anche più bravo.
From his father, he gets his sense of humour.
E da papà
He
prende
was
l'umorismo.
very humorous.
Lui ha molto humor.
Alex Zanardi was born in Bologna in 1966, just half an hour's drive from the famous Imola racetrack. Motor racing is in the blood of the Italians, but it's an expensive obsession, and Alex came from a relatively poor background. He got into motor racing almost by chance. When he was a teenager, his sister was killed in a car crash. Alex's protective parents tried to keep him off the road by making a deal. His father bought him a go-kart where his energies could be more safely channeled.
Can you just tell me how this passion for racing started?
It started back in 1980 when my father bought me a go-kart, and I got addicted immediately. And as funny as it could sound at the time, the first lap I took with my go-kart around the local circuit, I said, this is what I want to do in my life.
He was a natural-born driver. Racing became his life. He married his team manager, Daniela, and quickly climbed the motor racing ladder, winning kart championships, Formula 3000, and then his big break into Formula 1 at Lotus, where he teamed up with Johnny Herbert.
We met, I think, in 93, 94 when we were both at Lotus. And he joined the team. I knew a little bit about him when he was doing Formula 3000. And then we just got on like a house on fire, basically. You know, we had a good laugh. We were both very focused on what we were trying to do on the track, which was beat each other at the end of the day. You always want to beat your teammate. But it just always seemed to be something that we had a good rapport.
Zanardi and Herbert became firm friends, but things went sour for him at Team Lotus.
He wasn't getting paid and Lotus was in financial trouble, and then they actually stopped him racing and got some other drivers in who were paying, and sort of he lost out, and then that was really the last of his first part of Formula 1, which is then he went off to the States in like 95. So
There's a saying in motor racing which means speed costs money, how fast you want to go, you know, and we didn't have much money available to go fast.
Alex then headed for the States, where he became an immediate hit. His daredevil stunts and ready wit endeared him to the more show business style of America. In 97 and 98, he became only the second driver to win back-to-back kart championships, America's version of Formula 1.
I suppose his main highlights has got to be his 2 kart championships, because that's sort of one of the biggest series in motorsport.
After his kart successes, he returned to Formula 1 with the Williams team. Again, though, things didn't work out.
With Williams, it was a completely different story. It was not about money, but was probably more a story of lack of determination from both sides to make the relationship work.
In 2001, Zanardi made the fateful decision to go back to the States and to his first love, the kart championships. After a poor start to the season, the teams moved to the Lausitz ring in Germany. With 13 laps to go, Zanardi was leading the field. When exiting the pit lane, he lost control of the car, and his life was changed forever. But just 18 months after the crash, he was back in a racing car, specially prepared with hand controls. he returned to the racetrack that had almost cost him his life. He symbolically completed the final 13 laps in front of an ecstatic German crowd.
I kind of thought he was just going to cruise around, do 13 laps, wave to the crowd, and that would be it. He went fast. In fact, he went fast enough that he could have qualified 6th. He ran the car as fast as that car would go.
He now felt ready to go back to competitive racing. In 2003, he signed up with BMW's touring car team, using a specially modified car.